Hello everyone, and welcome to a new tier list video, where in this one we are going to be going over what the grails do, and we'll be tiering them based on their actual effectiveness. The grail is a special building that you can dig up after completing the puzzle. It's a pretty high effort to actually get, but when you get it, it's a really cool thing to have. Every single grail, exclusive of where you build it, is going to be providing you with 5,000 gold income and 50% more creatures for your kingdom. So every single grail is pretty good, but the special effects of every single faction grail is the actual selling point of the item itself. So yeah. Let's look into what these grails do, and let's rank them. First up is we have the Colossus, the Castle Grail building. I really love this one, okay? What it does, it provides you with +2 morale for any hero in your kingdom. And it's really good. Morale is a very important stat that, actually lets you play the game. It sometimes gives you the extra turn, but that's not really the selling point. The selling point is to be able to not miss morale while mixing a lot of armies. And you can do this without leadership or pendant of courage if you have the Colossus. It's a pretty big boost. It's pretty relevant, and it's pretty good. It's persistent in every single fight that you take ever. And that's really important, and that's really strong. I really like the Colossus. It is A tier in my opinion. Next up is we have the mother of all grails, the Aurora Borealis. This amazing grail provides you with all the spells from the Comfy Mage Guild if you have Wisdom, and if you have the Mage Guild at 5, you basically get all the spells of the respective Mage Guild tier that you end up having. This is a HotA change. It used to be even more overpowered in the Shadow of Death. And holy hell, having all the spells is pretty good. Oh yeah, also not all the spells, but all the conflicts available spells. So the undead spells like Death Ripple and Enemy Dead are not going to be available. And also some of the fire spells like Armageddon is also not available. But still, you get almost all the relevant spells in the entire game. It's super strong, really good. This is your go-to grail. It is super nuts. Super amazing, very good. Whenever you can, and if you still need to at the point of the game to get spells, then this is your go-to grail. It is amazing. Next up is we have the Lodestar. Lodestar is the most it is the Cove Grail, and it is the grail that focuses on the faction that builds it the most, because it makes it makes any terrain be native to the Cove units. So whenever you're walking on snow with Cove units, you're gonna be fine. But of course, if you have other units, then it doesn't work on those. So it is pretty important that if you were to build this grail to make full effect of it, that you're running around with only Cove armies, which is not usually the case. So the selling point of this grail is the fact that you get the effectiveness in combat of +1 speed and +1 attack and +1 defense skill for your Cove units. And that's not a big effect. Like, even if it affected all the units, then it would be kind of okay, but since it only affects the Cove units, it's not really that great. I would say Lodestar is one of the weaker grails. I would even say it is one of the weakest grails. One of the weaker, not the weakest. There we go. Next up is the Guardian of Earth. This grail provides the defenders of a siege with 15 power. Wow. This is really good in the kind of warfare where your opponent's going to be sieging your castle, but you can actually get like a defender with like a phoenix, and then you can armor them, and then they cry and they're sad, and you're happy because they're sad. But then again, I really do not respect grails that end up emphasizing defense over offense. I'm a very aggressive player. I want to be proactive in the way that I play, and if I'm gonna be having the grail, I better be able to use it to destroy and annihilate my opponents, not sit my town and just defend. So because of this, despite 15 power being really relevant, and despite power being the best siege defense stat as well, because you know you can actually use side heroes to abuse, bomb the opponents and so on. Its usages can be like really clever and pretty strong, but nonetheless, a defensive Grail is not that great in my opinion. Next up is the Carnivorous Plant. Carnivorous Plant is another siege defend Grail. It gives you +10 attack and +10 defense to any defending siege hero, but once again, a defending Grail. I don't respect that. Like 20 might stats is ludicrously a lot. It makes it or breaks a fight. So you know, if you're like on the defense and you get attacked and you suddenly have a Carnivorous Plant and you actually have shackles, like you can do like really great things with that. But then again, it's actually less utility than the Guardian of Earth, because you actually need army in order to use the effect. Unlike the Guardian of Earth, which is useful immediately, even without any army. So because of that, it is ranked even lower than the Guardian of Earth over here. Next up is the Deity of Fire. This guy looks pretty cool, right? Thematically, it's such an amazing Grail. The Archdevil is, you know, embracing the entire faction, carrying you on his back. It's gonna do something great for you, right? Have a few more imps per week. I don't know what they were thinking. This Grail makes it Imp of the Week every time, which makes your imp grow 15 higher. Wow. I played through the entire game. I probably built an army. I have some spells by now. I bring back the Grail, and what do I get? Some imps. Thank you. Thank you. This is not a Grail effect. A Grail should be bigger influence than an Imp Crucible. So yeah, notably it can be used on Necropolis to be able to harvest some more skeletons. If you have like a few Inferno Towns, then it's gonna make for a little bit of a relevant thing. But then again, if you're Necro, you just want to build the Soul Prison. Next up is the Necropolis Grail. The Soul Prison provides your heroes with 20% extra necromancy across the board. Wow. That's like another expert necromancy on top of your expert necromancy. Damn, that's really good. It's actually in Horror of the Abyss even more than a single expert necromancy, and every single hero gets it. So even a guy with basic necromancy is gonna be able to get you so many skeletons. This is nuts if you can get it and actually use it. I've almost never seen it, but the dream potential is there. Once in my lifetime, I will get this, and I will use it to make a ridiculous stack. The most ridiculous the world has ever seen. That is not today though. It is very niche, despite it being arguably one of the strongest effects of the Grails. I think it goes into A tier. Next up is the Soul Totem, I think? Something like that. This Grail is like the Colossus, but except for the morale, it gives you +2 luck. And luck is a worse stat than morale, because doing half damage is way less bad than skipping your turn. Skipping your turn doesn't let you take retaliations, doesn't let you move, it leaves you an open target. And yeah, preventing minus luck is way less influential than preventing minus morale. Because of that, the Soul Totem doesn't end up being as good, but still, it's a aggressively oriented Grail, meaning that if you were to go and fight out in the fields, it actually does something for you. It's not like the greatest effect, but it's something that you'll gotta be feeling over time. You'll get like lucky once upon a once in a little while. Maybe take less retaliation damage and so on. It's gonna be a decent feeling Grail. It's not anything special. It's okay. I would put a B there. And next up is the Warlord's Banner. I don't think it's Banner. Anyhow, this Stronghold Grail provides your Siege defending heroes. Yeah, so your siege defenders are gonna be getting 20 attack. And holy hell, did they do my Stronghold dirty. Stronghold is so enjoyable. It's one of the most thematically matched factions, you know? They look like they want to hit things, and their faction is really good at hitting things. And they look like they're the most aggressive people around. They use tactics to put the units forward, and they expert haste, and they smash everything before they even get a move. That's what Stronghold is all about to me. And what did they get for a Grail? Well, we're gonna sit in town. And when our orcs shoot, they're gonna do a little bit more damage. Now, by a little bit, I mean like tremendously more damage. 20 attack, holy shit. But no, it doesn't matter. This is very, not well-themed Grail. I wanna, as a Stronghold player, I wanna go ahead and I wanna do things. Not sit in my town. Badly themed. Siege defending sucks. Doesn't suck, but, you know, you don't want to do that when you have the Grail, you know, you want to do something more. So because of that, I actually really don't like this. I wouldn't put anything next to the Inferno Grail, of course, but it is still pretty low tier, in my opinion. Next up is the Skyship. Yes, the Skyship immediately reveals the entire overground. It is like the Cartographer, and of course Cartographer was so overpowered it had to be removed. Naturally, I mean, Cartographer is like one of the strongest things in the game, and you can get the effect of Cartographer if you were to build a Tower Grail. On top of this, it also provides you with 150 extra mana for siege defenders, which is pretty influential. It lets you outlast the opponent in siege defenses. And of course, you're going to be seeing where the opponent is going to be attacking. So you can prep very, very well and very powerfully. Seeing the entire map is one of the strongest things you can have in a game. You can plan way better. You see where the important objectives are. You can deny your opponent from getting those and so on. A very, very good tactical advantage to be gained from the Tower Grail. It is, I think, tied with the Aurora Borealis. The reason I say it's tied is because Skyship ends up providing actually a pretty similar thing. With a Skyship, you're probably going to be able to collect all the spells. It's just going to take a while, but after you do, you're going to be getting lasting value as well. Meanwhile, Aurora Borealis gives you the effect immediately of having all the spells, so it's like better in the short term, but Skyship I think is going to be better for you in the long term. So because of that, there we go. I still think the short term is going to be like probably more impactful in the game. So yeah, actually I like Skyship more. There we go. So this is my Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horn the Abyss Grail tier list. Let me know what you think. Maybe you have your own story to tell. Or maybe your favorite Grail or something, like a Deity of Fire for like whatever reason. You know what? I would respect you if you were to say, you know what? Despite the bad effect, when I see the big bad devil in my Inferno town, I gain +5 morale IRL, so it's my favorite Grail. I wouldn't mind you saying that. And of course, remember, this is my subjective list. It doesn't have to be yours. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. Check out my Twitch.